What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things hydroponics, gardening, DIY, and we also occasionally do unboxing reviews related to those topics. Now, a couple of months ago, I did have the opportunity to attend CES where I got to experience and check out a ton of new home and garden technology. Now, one of those pieces of standout technology that I got to preview and check out and learn more about, and also something that I've been waiting for a long time now, is Segway's all-new I-Series line of robotic lawnmowers. Now, these all-new models of mowers incorporate the latest in technology and features, and they're supposed to further simplify and take the hassle out of regular lawn care and maintenance. Now, the model that I've got sitting right here in front of me is the Navimow i110N model, which Segway sent me to test out, and it retails for around $1,300. Now, this one is the larger of the two available models, and it has a recommended mowing area of up to 1/4 of an acre. Now, for anyone that has a smaller lawn, there is also the Navimow i105N model, which retails for a little less than $1,000, and it covers up to 1/8 of an acre. So based on the size of your lawn, choose whichever model works for you. Now, as of this recording, both are available now on Segway's homepage and on Amazon, which I will link in the description section below. Now, if this is your first experience with the robotic lawnmower, hopefully this video will help you out if you are thinking about getting one for yourself. Now, historically, these robotic lawnmowers didn't start taking off until recently, mostly because they were price prohibitive. And each year they've gotten better and better. Now, what I like best about this year's new series of Navimow mowers from Segway is their price. This is probably one of the most feature-rich and affordable robotic lawnmowers available, and it's created by a well-known brand that produces quality products. Now, like I mentioned previously, I did get to see these new mowers in action at CES, where they were on display and working real time, and I gotta say they did work amazingly well, which was to be expected because they were in an ideal scenario. Not only did I get an early preview of their features and capabilities, but I also got to touch and feel the prototype units as well. And it's for that reason that I've been waiting, and now am super excited that I do have one of these now at my home that I can use to try out on my actual lawn in a real life scenario. Now, although Segway did send this out to me, I do plan to test out all the functions and all the features, and definitely put it through some tests based on how I'm going to use it, and I'll let you know what I do like and dislike about it. I'll also give you my overall first impressions and review on this robotic lawnmower, so stay tuned. Now, before we begin setting this thing up and also testing this thing out, we wanted to make sure we unbox everything to see what it all came packaged with, and also to make sure nothing was missing. And at first glance, what I do like about this all-new I-Series robotic lawnmower is that it is very compact and lightweight. Now, not only does that mean a smaller and lighter box, but also less packaging to go through because everything so far is included in this one single box. Now, aside from the mower itself, included in the box is what looks like a cover for the charging station, which can be swapped out for a garage cover, which is not something that I did receive with my sample unit. And it also comes with a number of accessories. Now, two of these accessories are the antenna extension kit, which not only allows you to extend the reach of the antenna, but it also allows you to mount it, keeping it off the ground. The second accessory you get is an access module, which you can install on your mower to enable enhanced security features and tracking. That module also equips your mower with 4G capabilities. Now, in addition to those two items, you'll also get an accessory box which includes everything you need to set up the charging base, the mower, and the wireless satellite antenna. Overall, it is everything you need to set this thing up. However, there are some additional accessories that you can purchase separately on Segway's website. And then last but not least, you also get the base unit where the mower itself will return to in order to dock and charge when needed. Now, surprisingly, everything fits in this single box that is actually not too large and heavy to move around. The mower itself is very lightweight, which to me is very nice. Now, according to the instructions, before you do anything else, the first thing you need to do is to download and install the app and activate the mower itself. Now, when it comes to that, the process itself was very simple and required creating an account and connecting the mower through Bluetooth using the app itself. And then once done, the last step was to connect your mower to your wireless network. Now for this step, I did have a challenge connecting it to my 5G network. So I assume, like most other modern appliances, you can only set it up on a 2.4 gigahertz network, which connected fine for me. Now after activating and connecting the mower to your Wi-Fi and app, there is a short tutorial and a set of instructions you have to follow. However, in my case, I did skip it so I could instead focus on setting up the satellite GPS antenna and the base station first. Now, for this GPS satellite antenna, I decided to mount it using the included extension kit so it would be out of the way, off the ground, and also have a better view of the sky without any kind of obstructions. Not that I do have any trees in the area to block it. Now once the antenna was installed, I connected the cables and plugged it into the back of the base station itself, which I placed on the ground underneath the location where I mounted the antenna. This placement minimizes the chance that I would have any cables laying on the ground where it could be cut or damaged by either the lawnmower itself, or if I decide to edge or weed whack around the base station itself. Now, what I like about this base station is that the connectors for the cables are not only sealed and waterproof, but also come pre-installed on the base station itself. That means there's less chance for water damage or shorting from the connectors being exposed to the elements. Now, one thing to take note of is that there are two connectors. One to connect directly to the antenna, and the other which you connect to a power cable that you plug into the wall. So you also need to make sure that the base station is near an outlet when you're installing and setting this thing up. The good thing is that one plug will power the base station for charging and the antenna as well. The packaging does come with an additional plug so you can plug in the antenna independently. That way the antenna doesn't need to be near the base station. However, I like plugging it into the base station because it minimizes the number of plugs that this mowing system takes up. Now overall, in this video where I'm placing this unit right now is not going to be the final resting place for my base station and even the antenna itself, because we'll definitely be doing some backyard renovations because of all the space that we do have. For now, the placement works for this video and gives me the opportunity to test out this navimow robot lawnmower and all of its features and capabilities. Now it is recommended that you place the base station in an area where the land is flat and not sloping. And also when you're mounting the antenna itself, it's important that you place it where it has clear visibility to the sky for the best signal and coverage. Now, from a specs perspective, this mower utilizes Segway's upgraded EFLS 2.0 positioning technology, which apparently is an AI-enhanced location system that gives you centimeter level accuracy when it comes to GPS positioning. That in itself means clean and accurate cuts and AI-assisted mapping. Now, aside from that, this mower also has Segway's Vision Fence Image Obstacle Avoidance technology, which utilizes the various cameras built into the mower itself in order to help with tracking and mapping, especially in densely covered areas of the yard where GPS signal is not as strong or impacted because of thick trees and overhead coverage. In fact, this mower doesn't skip a beat when it comes to obstacle avoidance and staying on track because of the various technologies built into the unit itself. Now from a usage standpoint, like most other robotic lawnmowers, this navimow is super quiet with as little as 58 decibels of noise. In fact, when I was using it, I couldn't hear it at all except for the rustling sound that it made as it moved throughout the grass. Now from a customization standpoint, the mower does have an adjustable cutting height of 2 to 3.6 inches, which of course you'll have to adjust manually to your liking. Now I myself try to keep my grass cut as low as possible, so I myself have it set to the lowest setting. And then from an operations standpoint, the battery capacity for this i110N model allows it to operate for up to 120 minutes before it does need to recharge, which of course it does all on its own as needed. And then while it's charging, it does take about 180 minutes to fully charge the entire battery. Now, from a durability standpoint, the mower itself is IP66 certified and is made from some high quality materials. So that means it can operate in any type of weather condition, including rain, and also across various different types of terrain. Now, I myself usually try to avoid mowing in the rain since I prefer not to have clumps of wet grass collecting on the underside of my mowers, including this robotic lawnmower, because it's just a lot more difficult to clean up when it comes to that time. Anyways, let's go ahead and test this thing out, set it up, and see how well it works. If you do decide not to mount it and use the antenna pole, it is also very easy to set up. And then you can stick this into the ground, and you can even use the spikes at the end of this antenna to secure the base into the ground. Now for the rest of the base, you will need to make sure you go all around and use these little spikes, screw spikes, they're plastic, and secure the base to the ground. And then the final step is, of course, to connect the base station to a power source. So whether you choose to power the antenna and the base station separately, which it comes with plugs for both, or you want to power the antenna through the base station so that you're only using one power cable, you do have options, and it does come with enough cable so you can reach long distances. Okay, so now that everything is set up, you can tell that this unit is on because the base station has a green light and the navimow LCD is turned on, and it's currently showing that it's 52% charged, and it's got a pretty good signal. So I'm going to go into the app, and I've already paired the navimow with the app and attached it to Wi-Fi, so I can see it in the app. So what I'm going to do, I guess the next step is to create a map. So the map setup is pretty manual. You will need to connect to the mower itself and direct it to create the map. Okay, so first things first, we'll calibrate. Okay, and it looks like it just turns towards the base station itself. Okay, and then there are controls on the screen. So this is to turn. And I'm just going to create a general map for now, for the purpose of this test. And I will say the controls are very responsive, which is nice. It's like controlling a little RC car. And it looks like it can handle the terrain pretty well. I mean, it's not that this terrain is very difficult, but it is kind of bumpy. Okay, so we'll end the practice and we will start mapping. So when you're setting this up, there is an option that you can do assist mapping where it'll use the sensors on the mower itself in order to create the perimeter. However, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and manually create the mapping myself. Okay, once your perimeter is done, you're going to want to save the map. You'll hear a tone. Okay, so with it at 52%, let's go ahead and do a test mow. So we are going to hit the mow button, and it will start. Now for test purposes, let's go ahead and test its obstacle avoidance. I'm going to go and step in front of it. And it detects me and goes around me. and goes back on track. And what's nice is on the app, you can tell where the mower has mowed, and it will track where it has completed and what is still left to mow. And it gives you a progress indicator as well to let you know how much of the mowing has been complete. And what's also nice is you can see the mow lines as well. Now while it's doing that, let's see what other options there are. There is anti-theft and sound effects, vision fence. And it does return home perfectly. Now by default, the mowing height is set to 3.6 inches, but like I mentioned previously, I do like a lower height on my grass when I do mow the lawn. So changing it is very easy. There is this dial on the top of the mower that allows you to switch the height of the mowing by simply just turning the knob. So I'm going to set this all the way down to 2.0. So now that the mowing height is lowered, let's start mowing again and see if it makes a difference. And it's going to continue mowing from where it left off, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it. So now it is making a little bit more noise, but that's really the razor blades hitting the grass more. So I can now hear at least the razor blades cutting more of the grass. But again, the noise is very minimal. It's not like any other kind of lawnmower where it's just super loud. And with that, you can see the track lines a lot more because I did lower the blades. All right guys, so I've been using this navimow i110N for about a week now, and I gotta say, I do love the mower itself. I love the fact that it's compact, it's feature rich, and it's ultra quiet, and it all comes at a very affordable price. As you've seen throughout this video, it comes with everything you need to pretty much get started on automating your mowing experience so that you will never have to mow again. Since I've deployed the navimow, I've pretty much just let it run free in the backyard, and as you can see, it's done a pretty good job at maintaining my lawn. There hasn't been any point where I've had to interfere or manage the mower itself, and it's pretty much been doing its own thing. It basically just goes and mows the lawn, and then when it needs to, returns to the charging base to charge, and then continues its job of mowing the rest of the lawn. And because I do have the advanced tracking features and the modules and accessories installed, I can see the status of the mower at any given time, even when I'm not at home. So that's always a nice feature as well. Now overall, I would recommend the navimow i110N if you are looking for a robotic lawnmower to automate your lawn care. Now if your yard is much smaller than this, there is the smaller option, but I have not tested that one out. But if it works anything like this one does, then I would highly recommend it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you want one of these for yourself, I'll leave a link to it in the description section below. Now, if you do have any comments, feedback, suggestions, or even recommendations on how to set this up or how you're using it, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'd also appreciate your support by smashing that like button and subscribing. It really helps with the algorithm. Please also make sure you ring that bell icon to get notified when I post new content, and potentially also a follow-up video for this as I start to use this more. Anyways, until next time, see ya.